The Wizard Liz cheating drama has turned up to a level that nobody was expecting, and it seems as though everyone involved is a huge idiot who makes terrible decisions. There's this other girl now called Abby who used to date Landon, who's exposed him more so than he was already, but then her and Liz got into a fight and now all three of them are beefing each other in like a big Royal Rumble type deal. There's even some theories that Liz and Landon have teamed up now to go against this Abby lassie. The whole thing is pretty messy, but that's why I'm here, because it's my job to cover it all in an easily digestible way. So before we get into all that, it is imperative that all of you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Love my G's. I've got nothing more to offer than I usually do, but I figured if I deliver the request with a little bit more excitement, maybe you'd, I don't know, be more likely to do it. Because what's life without a little bit of spice? You know, chuck a little bit of harissa in there, some cumin, and you got yourself a nice, healthy, delicious YouTube subscription. Anyway, let's get to the topic at hand now. I think firstly we should cover the donation stuff that we sort of touched on last time, because there have been some developments. For those who remember, the Wizard Liz made a promise to donate 50 grand to single mothers by selling her engagement ring and, I guess, donating the money that she got from that. And since then, well, she put this confusing story out. I am donating 50k of my own money. I am not allowed to legally sell the engagement ring, or so I was told, so I will just give it back. Now this baffles me because there is no country in the world where you're not allowed to sell an engagement ring. Sure, some people consider marriage to be sacred, but it's not that sacred where selling the engagement ring is an actual felony, right? I feel like even in the most corrupt countries in the world, go to, I don't know, Dubai. I know it's not a country, but it's a corrupt place, right? I feel like even there, you'd be able to sell your wedding ring. It's your property, right? The only thing I can think of is that maybe it's a divorce and they're sort of trying to figure out who the engagement ring actually belongs to. But it seems pretty clear from the outside looking in that it's her ring. There's no debate there. She should be allowed to sell it. I don't know what she means by, or so I was told either. Like, either you can do it or you can't. What do you mean, or so I was, who are you told by? Some random on the internet? A bunch of comments on TikTok? Why don't you actually just try and sell it like you promised? And then if you are able to sell it, then you are allowed to. And if you're not, then fuck-a-doodle-do. Just donate your own money, I guess. You're rich enough, aren't you? If you couldn't tell, this video is going to be a lot more critical of the Wizard Liz because I didn't really mention it in my last video, but I do have a lot of problems with her content that, you know, it wasn't too relevant, so I didn't bring it up. But in today's video, it will be a lot more relevant. And to add on to, I guess, the sketchiness with the donation thing, here are the donations that she actually did end up making so far, which I also find rather confusing. So here's a story that she sent out saying, I was trying to send to 6 more mummies, but unfortunately my bank is flagging suspicious activity. I will just continue tomorrow after I resolve this issue. And it seems as though she's just sending money to fans of hers who are telling her that they are single mothers, which I have a real problem with, because how can you verify whether or not they're actually single mothers? It's very easy to lie on the internet. Why don't you just donate it to a charity or a GoFundMe that is verified that money will go to single mothers? Why would you decide to donate it to random people who you don't know because you don't know for sure where that money is going to, or if they're being truthful about who they actually are? I don't know about you, but me personally, the fact that she's being so weird about the people that she's donating it to, when you pair that alongside the sketchy nomenclature of I can't sell the ring, or so I'm told legally, it all just culminates to me as weird. Like, it's a strange vibe here. I feel like something sketchy is going on. Like, there's something going on here that she isn't being entirely upfront about, if that makes sense. And that's not me accusing her of scamming or lying. I am accusing her of being, not entirely truthful. Like, it's very obvious that there is something going on here that she is not, you know, allowing us to know about. Next, she talks a bit more about her pregnancy in her stories. Also, I've never had a fear of being a single mom. I honestly prefer my space and living alone. I just didn't want to be betrayed, and this betrayal is worse when the person was so good to me. Like, I used to always think this is too good to be true. So yeah, I was really blindsided, but I had the best year of my life and I don't regret any of it. This is the biggest blessing and protection I have received from God. I'm just happy and grateful. I mean, I feel as though being grateful because you're a single mum now and you got cheated on is strange, although I do understand the mentality of like, look, I'm very grateful that I know he wasn't the one for me. Like, he's a knob, he cheated on me, so I'm grateful that I know that now. Before I dodged a bullet, basically, because I wouldn't want, you know, this man raising my kid if he's this much of a dirtbag. So I get it from that point of view, but I also feel as though saying you prefer being a single mother as opposed to having 2 parents, which is proven to be better for children, like in all cases, course, having two parents is better than one most of the time. That's not me saying, I'm sure anecdotally there are some cases where having one parent is better, but statistically on a wider demographic sort of thing, it is safe to say that in most cases having two parents is better than one. I guess maybe you prefer being a single parent, but I'll be real here, and I knew a lot of single mothers growing up. There is not one of them who would dare say, yeah, you know what, I prefer being a single mum. I'm really glad that I didn't have anyone to support me when I was raising this kid. Maybe the wizard Liz just has so much money that it's not really as much of an issue for her, but even still, it's strange yet again. Nothing too, like, incriminating or horrible or evil necessarily, but just a little bit strange in my opinion. Okay, now we're back to more weird shit from Landon, who is still the biggest scumbag in this situation. My deepest desire is to give you the life you deserved, and I'm so sorry. Liz, thank you for carrying out our miracle. I'm so sorry I failed you both. And the picture is the ultrasound of the fucking baby. Just so weird. These people are deranged. Like, these are not real people. I said this in my last video. It's the perfect way to describe him. The guy's such a fucking scrub. Like, could you imagine anyone in your life doing something like this? If you witness people who have gone through a divorce and you're pals with some of them, and they come up to you and they're like, I'm thinking of posting this Instagram post here of the wife that I just cheated on, you know, the baby that we were having that I ditched before was even born. I'm gonna post, right, their ultrasound with like a really nice sweet message to the person that I just, you know, cheated on. Could you imagine being Landon's like IRL friend? I definitely could. I don't imagine he has many friends, because if he did, he wouldn't have put that Instagram post up. Like, someone would have checked him and been like, you know what, mate, you gotta fucking, like, just give it a break, have a day off, fucking drink some water, have a pint, go on a walk, leave her alone. Do not post your baby's ultrasound in like some weird emotionally manipulative type beat. Oh my god, another one. Hurting Liz is my deepest regret to date. I was messaging because I craved feeling respected and valued, not because I wanted to sleep with someone else. Well, how did that fucking work out for you? The person you were messaging didn't even fucking want you. They couldn't have been less interested in you. So whatever your cravings were, I'm afraid that they weren't satiated. It's like if I was craving a curry, for example, and on my quest to obtain such curry, I just got kicked in the balls. I told her many times I needed to feel more loved and respected because I really did show up as the best partner I could be. I am not some Joe Goldberg evil man. I poured so much love into her. Oh, fucking hell, don't say it like that. I poured so much love into her. Fuck me, mate. Just a bit, you know, perverted, really? Like, we don't need to know about that shit. I opened every door. I solved every problem. I uprooted my life for her and was very kind and compassionate wherever I could. I surprised her with expensive and thoughtful gifts. I improved her cash flow. I taught her what I could. I listened. I was forgiving when feeling betrayed myself and ultimately really did try my best to lead her, and I with love. Fuck, this guy is... is he right? Is he a caveman? He's got the mentality of a caveman. I see girl on Snapchat, I want to fuck, I treated her with love, I love, and I do good. That was a robot, not a caveman, but fuck, the same thing, really. Couldn't he be more different? I don't know what I'm on about, to be fair. What is the point of this fucking post? I feel like this is just him saying, I was actually a really good partner, guy. It's like him trying to, like, regain public perception as, like, a good bloke. I'm sorry, that ship has sailed. Just give up. People don't like you. It's not gonna change. He's one of those creators where, like, you're a shit person and your content is awful. No one's going to like you. Like, you know when you're in school and it's like, there's certain people who are really good looking dicks, but they're liked by people because they're good looking. And there's people who are really ugly, but, well, in quotation marks, obviously, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but there are people who are very not conventionally attractive, but they're so funny and such a good laugh that it's like, ah, you wee scoundrel. They get on with, like, the popular kids, right, if that makes sense. But then there's some people where it's like, ooh, you're ugly and you're a dick. No one likes you. I was obviously not strong enough to prevent this, but I would have never posted our shit to the internet. I am grateful I may now truthfully acknowledge this and take the steps necessary to become the best man and partner I can be. Well, actions speak louder than words, my friend, and if you're gonna do that, then actually fucking do it. You stop making these weird, ominous Instagram stories where you try and shift blame towards her, because that is what this is. That is exactly what this post is. It's trying to make people think, oh my, I can't believe that he's being treated so badly when he was such a good partner to Liz just because of one tiny mistake. No one buys this shit. You are pathetic. And yeah, I don't think Liz is like the greatest individual either, but you're still pathetic. Speaking of which, right after my last video came out, the Snapchat messages were actually released by Landon himself, weirdly enough. I don't know if him is like 8 Mile with Eminem, where he's like, if I expose the deepest, darkest secrets from my past, then no one can go against me. So he's just asking this lassie if she has plans for when he's back from London, and they immediately clock on like, oh, you mean like those types of, I see what you're trying to do here. Like, you're not subtle here at all, pal. No, plus just looking for friends. So that's him saying he's not married and that he's looking for friends. The biggest pile of bullshit ever. If you're looking for friends, you don't go to fans of your wife. Or maybe you do if you're a degenerate. Just looking for friends. Fuck off, man. It's just such obvious bollocks. And it's him saying the relationship is fake. Sure. Yeah, whatever. We already know about all this. Says the ring is worn for the video. It's complicated. Yeah, that's like, those messages are insane because there's so many points in that conversation where you should have realized this is not going to work. I'm gonna stop sending messages. But he wasn't taking no for an answer. He was single texting, double texting, and even the forbidden jutsu of a triple text. They used to publicly hang people. They used to behead people for the forbidden jutsu of triple texting. They didn't have phones back then, but if you were to send a letter to someone 3 times in a row without one message back, they beheaded you. Straight up. Like, that's how it was in the medieval times. And to be honest with you, I feel as though they should bring capital punishment back for sins like those ones. Would definitely make the world a lot less cringy, which, to me, is a godsend. Anyway, here is where Landon's other ex, Abby, comes out with her story about Landon. So let's give it a watch.
I'm not really wanting to make this video, but I feel like I'm obligated to. I'm super nervous. I hate being so vulnerable and talking about a past and a partner.
So this girl goes over a lot of the abuse and like genuine physical abuse and also cheating that Landon was entrusting upon her. This is the first message that she shows in regards to the cheating.
So we met, we started dating. He cheated on me with the first girl. I'm gonna show you the screenshots.
I'm so sorry I hurt you, you know. I never wanted this. What can be done? But it happened, it's okay. God's plan is never wrong. What can be done to fix it? Is there any reality you want that? For some reason, whenever Landon cheats on someone, he just becomes caveman. I mean, he's not the most articulate bloke outside of cheating either, so maybe he just talks like this. That's it, I mean that little to you. Fucking hell, that's so manipulative. It's like, Jesus. What, you're leaving me just because I cheated on you? I guess I never meant that much to you anyway. So if anything, me cheating on you and you breaking up with me for it is actually a good wake-up call when you really think about it, because I dodged a bullet here. If I'm not with someone who would stay with me after I cheated on them, then I know I'm not with someone who loves me enough. It's manipulation, but it's manipulation that's so obvious, I can't imagine anybody falling for it.
He cheated on me with other Belter girls. Like, it made no sense. In my brain, when I was 21, it made complete sense. So I lost my baby, and he was cheating on me again. He cheated on me, and this is the first time he laid his hands on me, and I'm gonna show you the video. Trigger warning. And he was coming to come get me, and he punched a hole in the wall. He cornered me. I have pictures. And
what was that? That was the whole video. I don't think you need a trigger warning for that. I'm not trying to be a dick here, but I didn't see anything there. Let me have a closer look. I thought it'd be a much longer video.
And he was coming to come get me.
You can't see anything there. I'm not doubting that this happened, right? There has been a lot of responses to this, so we'll see what the truth is, hopefully, later on. I'm not doubting it happened, but I will say that video shows fuck all. I don't know if that's the whole thing, or if it's like an edited down version from a full video. I don't know, but it doesn't show much. Let's see these messages, though. So this is her basically detailing what happened from her point of view and saying, don't contact me unless I contact you, because I guess she doesn't even know if she's pregnant quite yet.
This is what he would do to get me back in, because I started to think that I was the one with the issue, because I set the boundary. I showed this. Was that night. We're not even fucking 4 months in. I have to make a part 2, and I don't want this. It's literally 10 minutes long.
Okay, so there are some big accusations here. We'll watch the other videos now and get a more accurate read, hopefully, of what went down in this relationship. So we'll start with more instances of Landon cheating in this video.
This girl's name, and I was like, you're with her. And he opened up, and he was honest that he was with her. I'm gonna show you a screenshot. He said that they didn't have sex. They did have sex. There was this. He sent me like playing house. Like, what the fuck? This is the email. This is everything. This is everything. This is everything still. Found me at the gym, and then he wanted me to talk to him, and it was just so toxic.
And to be fair, the behavior being shown here about, like, I wish I never hurt you, all I wanted was to give you the best, like, time in the world and just suck you off all day and, like, just love you so much with all my spirit and the deepest depths of my heart. It's very consistent with what he is doing currently. So it seems as though the bloke just never grew up. Maybe he didn't need to. He's just a big fucking baby, infant, man-child boy who makes Fortnite videos and shit. But even then, he can't even be asked to be consistent with Fortnite videos. He does like one a year. I don't know, but he's just so obviously like a pathetic wee scrub. I would never have a neek like him in my friend group. I'll tell you that much for free. Obviously, we're not going to read through each and every one of those texts, but, you know, I have had to skim through, and it does seem as though he is admitting to having cheated on her with a bunch of different... That's like his signature move, right? You know, Gordon Ramsay has a beef Wellington, Naruto has the Rasengan or the Shadow Clone Jutsu, but Landon Nicholson has Cheat no Jutsu, where he approaches other women and sometimes succeeds and sometimes doesn't. At least he actually shagged this one, right? He actually succeeded in his cheating. I don't know if that makes it better or worse, to be honest. Yeah, is it more or less pathetic that he actually succeeded this time? I honestly couldn't tell you. I have just caught this one text. With God, I am strong. I was weak. This guy genuinely thinks he's in a fucking anime. He talks about God a lot, man. I've said this in my last video. I was like, I think God has bigger fish to fry than Landon Nicholson's commitment issues. God's not following you around like Ryuk from Death Note, just keeping you safe, giving you the advice, and like, I guess, almost screen sharing the light of heaven, being like, this is where you could end up if you do everything correctly. Just make sure you don't cheat on women. And then he looks away for a split second, or he blinks, and he comes back, and he's like, for fuck's sake! Have you not been listening to what I've been telling you? Even Jesus can't save this man. I can't get over those emails, by the way. To be fair, there was one girl that I like semi-dated, but not really. It was just a girl. You know that song, Somebody I Used to Know? She is exactly that. She's just someone I used to know. Who, just one day out of the blue, for no reason seemingly, blocked me on fucking everything. And I even on Spotify, she blocked me. So the only way I would have been able to contact her was through email. I didn't do it, though, because I'm not a psychopath. And I wasn't that fussed. But I guess if I was Landon Nicholson, I know what the move would have been. I just remember getting blocked on Spotify and thinking like, ooh, this is a different level of no contact. You know what? Even that running app, Strava, I don't know if that's a thing in America, but there's an app that tracks like your runs and how they improve, and I was even blocked on fucking Strava. I was like, Jesus, this woman thought of everything. Credit to her. Not gonna say her name, but if you're watching this, I hope you're doing well.
This is what I want to feel like, and I just felt so safe. So push comes to shove, and after Ibiza, we went to like 6 different countries after that, but the last email that I got from him was that. As you can see, it's 7:28. Ooh. Oh my gosh. It's never too late. He's begging for me back July 27th. That's that. And yeah. That is my story, and that's all 3 parts, and that's everything.
So yeah, just more emails that she was sending her in that third part. There was also a story about how he was almost stalking them in Ibiza, but we're not going to go through the whole TikTok here. Those are, well, actually, she deleted them, so they're not available anymore, but I'm sure you can find them if you look hard enough. Landon has an issue with the Ibiza story, though, saying that when I saw her in Ibiza for the first time, I confronted her and called her a liar. She told me to come to Ibiza in the first place. She had me convinced she was just with friends, but in reality, she was already with another man. The second time I saw her in that club, I simply laughed. I had, by that point, finally realized who that person really was. Hopefully that context helps you realize my trauma and that this person is flagrantly lying. My trauma. Fuck off, you daft git. Maybe I would believe you if there wasn't 1,000 emails of you begging to get back with her and, like, you know, give you another chance. But even then, I probably wouldn't, because you've just proven yourself to be such a manipulative, disingenuous, pathetic wee weasel liar. But above all that, the biggest crime that you've committed is being cringe, and you can never trust someone who's mega cringe. Abby posted stories on her Instagram of her messaging Liz, sort of warning her about Landon when they were together, obviously. Hey honey, I'm Landon's ex. There are some emails you should go through of him spamming me and following me to Europe. I dropped my restraining order because he stopped emailing me, but he was emailing me into August, begging for me back after I broke up. That was on the 12th of November, so I guess he was also emailing her whilst he was with Liz. So yeah, like I said in my last video, there probably are other instances of him cheating, maybe a bit more successfully than, you know, the one that was made famous. Because if he was messaging someone who was actually, like, into it and wanted to go through with it, it would have gone down a lot more smoothly, and they probably wouldn't have revealed it in the way that it ended up being revealed. I'm so sorry, I just heard what happened. If you're up for it, I would love to have a conversation. I was also a victim from Landon, and we have similar stories. Landon got me pregnant as well back in November of 23. I know this is a lot to take in, but it's been weighing on my heart, and I would love to tell you about my story and hopefully give you closure. You have my number, feel free to text me. I don't think there's anything particularly offensive about those texts at all. I have no reason to not believe Abby when she says all these things. So far, I'm on her side, but, you know, obviously we need to see the responses from Liz and Landon, who seem to be fighting her at the minute. But I think it was nice of Abby to you know, warn Liz about Landon. Landon. And it also shows that this wasn't just a wee lapse in judgment or a moment of weakness from Landon. It's a pattern of behavior, right? He is just a weak person, right? Every moment for him is a moment of weakness. It's like if Ben Stiller, for example, was caught eating kale and went, oh, sorry, this is just a moment of whiteness for me. It's like, no, you are white. Every moment for you is a moment of whiteness because you're literally white. It's like if I said, oh, sorry guys, this is just a moment of me having a big nose. It's like, ooh, don't kid yourself there, Danky. You got a fucking big, just deal with it. It's okay to have a big nose because it fits on your face. A lot of yous called me out on that. You said, nah, your nose isn't that big. Here's the side profile. It's not huge, but I would say it's bigger than average, personally. I'm not complaining, though. You know, it's just sort of a fact. So Liz said that Abby actually blocked her, which Abby responded by saying she was never blocked. I don't know why she said that in her story. I didn't want any negativity to go towards Landon or Liz, and I didn't say anything bad. I just shared my experience with Landon. Which, to be fair, Liz didn't show any evidence in her story that, you know, Abby actually did block her. I also don't know what the intention would be for Abby to block Liz. Like, there's just not really any reason for that. And when you pair that up with Liz apparently having done this to other people as well in the past, it shows that this could also be a pattern of behavior on her end, which is just, you know, lying, I guess. So I'm going to show you some screenshots of Liz doing something similar beforehand, but before that I'll read out the context that a Reddit user has kindly put out. Some girl on TikTok posted a comment that Liz didn't like. We don't know the full content of it, but we know it had something to do with her eyes, most likely, but either way, it's sort of irrelevant. Liz didn't like this, so she decided to post a bunch of personal information of hers on her Instagram story. When Liz got backlash for harassing somebody who was just a random individual whose comment she didn't like, she used the excuse of this girl has been harassing me for munch. She's been harassing me for the food in my fridge, for the brilliant, I don't know, what fucking cuisine does Liz enjoy? Avocado on toast. Liz definitely seems like an avocado on toast enjoyer. She was harassing me for my munch. No. She was harassing me for months. That was it. Months is what the word I was trying to say. And then Liz also went on to make the claim that she couldn't interact with this girl directly because she was blocked by her, which ended up being a complete lie. So this Instagram user saw the supposed girl that blocked Liz's messages to her, and it was just one message saying, why did you lie about me blocking you? Or something along those lines. Obviously, when you're in, like, the requests of somebody, you can only send one message, something like that, so obviously she couldn't send more than that, and there was no blocking involved. So they confronted the Wizard Liz about it, and this is the interaction that took place. Why are you lying? I saw the screenshots. The poor girl never asked for your location or anything. You're just bipolar crazy. To which they reacted with, the poor girl, with the evidence I have, that poor girl is going to jail! And then a bunch of thumbs up emojis, to which the Reddit user reacted with a shocked face. Oh, no, jail? Oh, God, oh, Gotti! Oh, good heavens! This reaction is slightly unhinged, isn't it? And then a bunch of thumbs up, which is just classic influencer, narcissism, annoying fucking individual who you would never want to interact with on any level because they just seem wildly unpleasant. I have her address and her full name, so tell yourself or your friend I won't rest until I get what I want. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Really good trait to have there. Really good likable sort of personality. And don't be sending me no shit with fake accounts. The last time you threatened my family! Can you show it, please? You can't just claim things without showing receipts. Spreading her pictures won't help you much. You're making a joke of yourself and proving you're the last person on earth to follow advice from. Which is fair enough. I mean, the Wizard Liz seems completely fucking unhinged. It was a TikTok comment. You're not gonna sue somebody and get a legal team involved and put all this time, effort, and money over a TikTok comment that you didn't like. That's insane behavior. I'm only obligated to show my lawyers. There's so much on you with a whistling emoji. That's nice, isn't it? Steamboat Willie type shit. She loves emojis, this girl, and she always uses exactly 8 emojis, which is interesting. That's like some OCD type thing. You seriously think I'm her? Okay, lol. So obviously, the Wizard Liz thinks that this is like a fake account from the person who made the original comment, with no evidence, obviously, because the Wizard Liz isn't exactly a fan of evidence. Breed more kitties because I'll ask for a lot of money. Great. Again, what a pleasant individual here. It's so interesting that we've never actually seen any of the evidence or screenshots of the so-called harassment that she has been facing from this random on TikTok. This is just some insane narcissistic power trip thing. I can't believe how, like, because obviously I guess she has like this, I guess brand of, yeah, I'll do what I want, I'm a mean girl, but like in a way that's justified or whatever. But when you actually look at her content, and this is what I didn't want to mention in the last video because it wasn't really too relevant to the situation. She was the victim of, you know, Landon cheating on her, and that's all I really wanted to focus on. I didn't want to do like a side rant about stuff she said that I disagreed with. And like I said, there is a lot of advice there that I do actually agree with, but I don't think that she is giving that advice because it is something that she herself preaches. So an example, for example, is there was one particular video where she said something along the lines of, I think buying designer brands and spending a lot of money on superficial and materialistic items is a sign of insecurity, and that you shouldn't do it for that reason. But then when you go on the Wizard Liz's Instagram page, you know what, let's just do that. Let's go on her page right now and see how much she sticks to that ethos. Yeah, she always makes sure to have designer bags in frame, the watches on, like, next to her, sat on the... They have to be in the frame at all times, man. There's so many of these fucking pictures. It's one thing to preach about how money doesn't buy happiness and that it's a sign of insecurity to buy all these things, but then it's another thing to just be one of these people who has a career basically out of just spending copious amounts of money on pointless things to, I guess, inspire people really superficially. I don't think this is a good example to set necessarily, and I also think it's wildly hypocritical, obviously. I could do a whole fucking video on the stuff that I disagree with this woman on, but we'll just stick with that for now because I don't want to go too off topic. But either way, yeah, she's lying about other people having blocked her. She's shown herself to be a consistent liar throughout her entire career. We've got no reason to believe that Abby actually did block the Wizard Liz. There was even some speculation from Liz that Abby wasn't even pregnant and was lying about it, so here she is posting proof that she was pregnant. Having to post this online, like these deeply personal sort of medical records, is something that I actually feel really bad for her that she has to do this, because people weren't believing her. They weren't believing her story because big popular influencers were saying, nah, bunch of bullshit, fuck off with that bollocks, like, you weren't pregnant, you're lying. And you blocked me as well. It's like, man, everyone was on your side and you've thrown it away. People were on you, people sided with you. Why have you fucked it this badly? So then Landon is starting to go off now on his Instagram stories, but it seems, alright, I'll tell you what, the writing on these stories does seem very not Landon-esque. You'll see what I mean when I read it out. Let's give it a listen. I believe that this person is a pathological liar, and I hate to even post this to the internet, but I'm done not defending myself. This person does not care about what happened between Liz and I. She just wants to personally and monetarily benefit from my image. My legal team is beginning to litigate to the full extent of the law. Somehow all of this made people forget I'm an intelligent, self-made, multi-millionaire serial entrepreneur, aka I'm smart enough to defend myself and get my bag. 6 thumbs up emojis. Thank you. Next. Fuck me. I don't even know what to say to that. He's like the biggest wet wipe of a message that he possibly ever could have made. And that makes me feel as though he's not actually the one who wrote this, because let's look back at Liz's messages. The copious amounts of thumbs up emojis, the insane self-inflated ego and narcissism that comes here about how they're an intelligent, self-made millionaire entrepreneur. It does seem as though Liz is the one who is writing these stories. Obviously, I can't say for sure, but it wouldn't surprise me. Taking my power back, getting the... It just doesn't sound like, you know, the stuff that we've heard from Landon previously, unless he's transformed into a baddie in the last 24-hour period. Landon then posts these messages to prove that Abby was cheating on him as well, but I'll be honest with you, these messages are nowhere near as conclusive or as good evidence as the ones that were being shown on, you know, Abby's side towards Landon. They do show that obviously Abby was not completely innocent in this relationship, which I can believe that, to be fair, because when you are being treated so badly, things are going to slip through the cracks on your side as well. It's impossible to be treated so badly in a relationship and, you know, be completely perfect. Obviously, you were going to react to the horrible way that you are being treated in less than ideal ways some of the time. But if this is the best evidence that Landon has that he was being cheated on as well, then it's honestly a little bit too incoherent and inconclusive to really get me on his side. Imagine dropping your girlfriend off at the airport to go see her girls in Vegas, when in reality she went to meet a rich, fat old sugar daddy multiple times. Funny at this point. Let's have a look at this ironclad evidence here. Detroit is where Z is, right? Real estate convention. Or is the biggest augmented reality expo as far as I'm aware. Need to get in there next year. You need to, and I don't know, I'm getting some paperwork signed for us, NDA, because I've sent you nudes and told you a lot of info, just safe for us. You were so worried about people finding out about Z, so I put his name right here so he knows you lied when you told him you wouldn't tell anyone about his marital affairs either. I've read the rest of this. I mean, it's on screen for you right now, the rest of the comment. This doesn't prove fucking any. You've just shown a thread of messages and then written fan fiction alongside it. I thought you were a super intelligent, multi-millionaire, playboy, mansion guy. You seem pretty fucking stupid for one of them. This guy thinks that he's Tony Stark, but he's just a troll under the bridge. Like, this guy is fucking insane. Like, going off on this, like, on Instagram stories and that is just insane behavior. I cannot understand the mindset of any of these individuals. It's so mental. If you want to expose her for going to, you know, this place and lying to you and having a sugar daddy, then surely post a bit more, like, conclusive or coherent evidence than this, because that proves fucking nothing. Z could be anyone. It could be Zeus. Now the Wizard Liz. So this is the Wizard Liz's original story where she said that Abby blocked her? I'm trying to message her personally now, but I just saw she blocked me with an upside down face. I can't do it. Naz, make me upside down to fill the, like, I want to act out the emoji. Keep me struggling to say those words as well, because I want the audience to see just how much I'm having a fucking rough time here. And for those who have skipped to this part of the video, no, we're not in Australia. I'm just copying an emoji. The stupidest emoji in the fucking book, by the way. Like, what does an upside down smiley even mean? Right, you can put me back now, Naz. I'm getting dizzy. Girl, how are you gonna lie and block me? And how are you gonna talk about cheating when Landon just posted evidence of you having a married sugar daddy whilst in a relationship with him? Weird. So now Liz and Landon are besties. They're on each other's side now. They're backing each other up. What do you mean, how are you gonna accuse Landon of cheat? Are you just gonna ignore the thousands of fucking emails of Landon begging for her back and apologizing for cheating alongside you just being cheated on by Landon? Are you dumb? This is one of the thickest Instagram stories that I've ever seen, and I'm not shocked that she immediately deleted it. I'm taking my power back. I'm done not defending myself. I'm done not respecting myself. I am not Joe Goldberg of the fucking internet. He's doing this. Be sure to put these in. Obviously, my skin color is a little different from the emojis used there, but close enough, innit? Taking my power back, as you can see, is a wordage that Liz is quite, you know, fond of using. So, did Liz write these stories? I don't know. Maybe Landon was just around her so much that he began to take up those sayings, right? Which is possible. I've taken some things that my girlfriend says a lot. Everyone steals wee sayings and catchphrases from the people that they hang around with the most, so it is possible that he's just, you know, learned how to be a baddie from Liz, learned how to be a horrible piece of shit from Liz, although he was definitely a mug beforehand as well. In some ways, they were perfect for each other, truly. It's so mental that, like, she somehow managed to have the whole internet on her side for once in her career, because usually she has quite a mixed reputation. For once in her career, everyone was on her side, and then she immediately just pissed it all away. It really is like, you know, starting a bonfire that you've been working on for hours. You found the perfect sticks, the perfect rocks, and then just pissing all over it. So Liz's sister also made a video, which Abby has posted on her story, that, you know, Liz's sister has deleted the comments, which is ironic because they were being criticized for deleting comments, which is just unhinged, insane behavior. How could you, as a YouTuber or influencer, criticize someone for deleting comments on a whole sort of like, oh, if you delete, why would you delete comments if you've done nothing wrong? And then all of a sudden, when you're getting comments you don't like, just delete all of them and use the excuse of, yeah, if you post something dumb, I'm going to delete it. It's just wildly hypocritical. Anyways, moving on. So this is the video that Abby commented on.
His ex-girlfriend decided to come on TikTok and share her story, which she has the right to. But then the last video, she is claiming that my sister called her, so Liz called her.
That video is actually up, so if you want to watch it, then go right ahead. There's only really one important part of that TikTok where Sabina makes the outrageous claim that Liz has never talked about love or relationships online.
When has she ever talked about love?
Now, a lot of people, they're still in love with their ex. Love. Are you lacking love?
And that is just a tiny compilation, by the way. Her entire fucking career is essentially predicated upon talking about love and relationships. I understand, right? To an extent, it's your sister. You want to defend her. I actually respect that to an extent. Like, people are chatting shit about your sister. People aren't on her side. And you got to back family at the end of the day. So in a way, I do respect it. Because, you know, she's supporting and backing her family. But I will say, it's the sort of thing where I very much hope that she is publicly batting for her sister, but then privately going, you know what, mate, you really did fuck up here. Like, you're lucky that I'm defending you like this. It's a sort of thing where if you're out with your partner, for example, and they're doing something you disagree with, or you're having a chat with other people, and they say something that you think is, you know, rude, or something that you potentially could call them out on. You don't do it right there in front of everyone. You don't go like, oh, you know what, you shouldn't say that, or you're being a dick, or I disagree. But you go with it, right, to the extent that you can, and then when you get back home, you go, you know what, mate, I really didn't like when you did X and Y sort of thing. I feel like that's what a healthy relationship looks like between siblings, partners, friends even. That's probably not what's going on here though, but I hope it is. Liz then posted this in her story. I'm really trying to move on from this, but now I can't even try to heal or think about me having the baby because I have to worry about my ex hurting himself. Whatever happened between you and Landon is between you guys to solve, but don't start lying and making up rumors about me. Then why did you involve yourself by lying about Abby and defending your ex who cheated on you and her and allegedly allegedly physically abused her as well. You involved yourself, pal. No one else did. You could have just not said anything. Truly, you could have not said anything. You've said some really dumb shit. People have turned against you because you acted like a knob and now you're playing victim. You know, it's all like, oh, you know what? I prefer being a single mother. I'm having the best time of my life. And then all of a sudden, when people have turned against you, no, guys, like, I'm just a victim. Like, please, I'm trying to heal from this. Now I'm getting hated by people. I have nothing to do with this. Mate, it's like, it's infuriating. Genuinely infuriating. And then another ex of Landon has come out with their experience about the bloke, so let's give this a read. I've thought about sharing my experience and timeline on social media, but after giving it some thought, I've decided not to. There are a lot of painful, and in some cases, unforgivable moments in my past relationship with Landon, things I'd rather not relive publicly. I did reach out to Liz on Instagram some days ago to offer my support, though I completely understand if she hasn't seen it, given how overwhelmed her inbox must be. I'm here for her if she ever wants to talk about it, because I truly believe situations like this are best handled privately, not in the public eye. Fuck me, I'm so glad that at least someone in this situation has their head screwed on, because fuck me, I'm so, like, that is the most mature, reasonable thing that we have heard so far. And it's so true as well. It's so true. It's always better handled privately. This is not something that the internet should or does need to know about. I fully support her and her decisions that she's made, but what's unfolding between them online isn't my place to step into. I truly appreciate everyone who's reached out, but I kindly ask not to be tagged or brought into a situation that wasn't part of creating. These are real lives, real emotions, and it's important to me that things are handled with care and respect. I'm choosing to move forward quietly, and I'd be grateful if that space could be honored. This is a very classy response. I like this lassie a lot, so fair play to you, pal. This is how a real, genuine, quote-unquote, high-value, respecting individual handles a situation of this magnitude. Not how Liz is doing it. You know, it's one thing saying that you're the fucking cream of the crop and you're the most desirable individual that the planet has ever seen and you're this incredible person. And then there's another thing actually being that person.
It's the wizard Liz. I have seen her many times at the Five Palm and whatever. You're fucking ugly. Let's start there. Like, you could not pay me to look at you even, let alone sleep with you. You're just online saying stuff and yapping, but come with proof. Because maybe your mother is also a sex worker and we don't know. So I can also say that your mom's a sex worker.
What a nice person. What a lovely individual this girl is. Imagine if I fucking did videos like this. Like, if someone does something bad or something that I disagree with, instead of actually dismantling that point or making them look a bit of a fool, I just went, yeah, well, you're fucking ugly. Kill yourself. Just go away. I don't even want to look at you. So I'm not even going to make a video on you because I can't even look at you. And you know what? Your voice is smelly and it's making my earbuds hurt, so I'm not even going to listen to your point. What kind of video would that be? It would just be an hour of the most insufferable prick you've ever seen on camera being an insufferable prick. I thought the whole point of your content was to make people more confident, and then you're going about using, like, first of all, you're fucking ugly, I don't want to look at you, so it's just so mean-spirited. Like, oh man, it's these type of people who, my granddad always said, like, my grandma always said, there are some people who are radiators and some people who are drainers. Radiators add into your life, and drainers take things away. Be a radiator, stay far away from the drainers. It's a simple analogy, a very simple, almost infantile analogy, but that's why it works so well. Don't be a drainer. No one likes a fucking drainer. Be a giver, like Chappelle Roan style.
You're ugly as fuck. You're too old to be talking this shit. Put a fucking shirt on and show me proof.
Fuck me, what a just such a toxic person. She has this fucking thing where she just crashes out over any, like, a rude comment on TikTok. I'm suing your entire family, murdering your granddad and your entire lineage. You're not gonna, no one's gonna exist. I'm going to your village, slaying all the babies, and everything's done. Your life is over. In my last video, at the end of it, I responded to some really horrible comments as well. I didn't react like this though, because it's not the healthy way to react. Like, if someone comments abuse at you on the internet, you cannot take it this personally, because you will get a lot of abuse on the internet. And if you take it this personally every single time, you'll probably end up killing yourself. Or at the very least, you're going to be a very toxic, resentful, spiteful, sort of a bitter individual who is just a chore to be around. One week they love me, the next week they hate me. Both weeks I got paid. Good one, the wizard Liz. You're such a brilliant bad bitch, and it's just so beautiful, really. I want to be just like you. Now, obviously, this post is like trying to, I guess, vocalize the fragility or fickleness of audiences online, where one week they love you, the next week they hate you, and she's phrasing it here as something that is just like unprompted, like, oh, they love me this week and then they hate me for no reason. It's like, no, they don't like you anymore because you posted some shit defending your abusive ex-boyfriend and attacking a girl who has come out with their story with mountains of evidence of Landon being a weird fucking obsessive creep. Liz also posted and then very quickly deleted this rather perplexing TikTok. everything this woman does is rather perplexing. Men that are closeted gays keep attacking women and how they should act. Women that were never picked want to be picked by these DL men. They didn't want you, sis, and they will never defend you like that. Embrace your sexuality and leave women alone. So I guess she's also not above using gay as an insult. Again, great role model, Liz. You're great. I want to take all your advice. Anyone who sees all this shit and still, like, really wants to take advice from her, I think, you got a lot of self-reflection to do. Obviously, Landon is a piece of shit, but, like, Liz ain't great either. Also, why is this mentality... I hate this mentality of, like, men who attack women are always closeted gays. It's like, no, sometimes they're just arsehole men. Sometimes they're just homosexual, arsehole men. They don't always need to be gay. It's the same sort of mentality of like, ooh, you know, the people who hate gay people the most are always closeted gays themselves. It's like, fuck off, man. I hate that mentality. Can we stop doing that, please? Why can't they just be dicks? Maybe some of them, sure, but for your first response to someone who's homophobic to be, oh, you're obviously gay yourself, it's like, can you just shut the fuck up? Please, shut up. It's just so harmful and incorrect and more homophobic than you realize. Like, people will say that shit thinking that they're an ally, but I don't see it that way personally, and I'm not gay, so maybe I'm not, you know, the best person to speak up on it, but it does annoy me personally. I'm not sure if you all agree with me or not, but definitely leave it in the comments below, because I am genuinely interested in hearing your opinion, and with that, I think that's the end of the video. We've pretty much covered everything that we have to cover, done a deep dive on Landon, Abby, Liz, and the whole situation there. Hopefully, we've made it a bit less of a shit show. We've rifled through all the cracks and made it a bit easier for you to understand and digest, but maybe not. Who fucking knows? Either which way, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.